Welcome back, folks, here on the Believe in NFL Draft Prospects podcast. I'm Joe DeLeone, joined by NFL draft analyst Ryan Roberts. And today we have a bit of a fun game that we're going to be playing ahead of the NFL Combine. As you can see, Ryan is excited to be playing this game because it was his own creation. So the basis of this, and I'm going to allow you to explain it, Ryan, is the goal here is to predict which players we think are going to do the best at each position group overall for their athletic testing at the NFL Combine. So I'm obviously missing some details here, Ryan, but would you care to elaborate a little bit on this fantastic idea that you had?
Yeah. If anybody's really deep into like the draft Twitter side of things, but even if you're not, there's a thing called RAS, which stands for Relative Athletic Score, which was created by Kent Lee Platt, who a lot of people use in the draft community. I think he's over at Pro Football Network, if I remember correctly now. And basically how it works is it's historical data that would rank a guy from 0 to 10 based upon how they mark in a certain area. So if a guy runs, for instance, let's say he runs a 4.21 and he in the 40-yard dash and he breaks John Ross's record, he would have a perfect 10 RAS because that would be the highest ever recorded, right? So the highest score is the better in each of the categories. And it's also weighted based upon the size. So there's like an adjustment to size. So a guy that is 290 pounds running 4.6 is a lot more impressive than a 270 pound guy running 4.6, and they are going to therefore score higher. So it's dependent upon athleticism, obviously, but it also depends on what size profile is this athlete at this position that will go into the higher weight adjustment score.
Right. So ultimately, again, goal of today's game is to try and see who can get the closest to getting those right at the top. And we'll revisit, I think, post combine when we do like a reaction show, like a full like winners losers type of a deal, or however we go about it. We'll revisit and we'll make sure we check those scores so we can accurately assess who ended up winning this game. So Ryan, before we do get to that stuff though, I just need to tell our listeners about our 3 sponsors for today's podcast. I know that football is done for you folks, but there's still plenty of fun stuff for you to bet on. And if you're going to do it, you need to head to your number one spot for all of your sports betting needs. That is Bet Online. Head over to their website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE to get started. And it's not just basketball. Bet Online is your source for hockey, boxing, and UFC odds, right to the Olympic coverage, and is the best in the business for from sports right down to your favorite Vegas casino games. BetOnline is your number one online wagering destination. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all of your favorite sports and play your favorite games. BetOnline, where the game starts. Also want to tell you folks about NordVPN. What's more important than peace of mind? Nothing. And that's what NordVPN is here for, to give you peace of mind while you're online. And with all of the threats that you face today on the internet, it is more important than ever to be sure that you have the best VPN you can get. NordVPN is the world's best VPN service, offering the fastest connectivity, most servers, and next-gen encryption to make sure that everything you do online stays secure. Plus, you can use NordVPN on all of your computers and devices, no matter the operating system. With NordVPN's unlimited bandwidth, you never have to worry about a slow connection either. Plans start at under $4 per month. So grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/believe or use the code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to get up to 70% off your NordVPN plan plus 1 additional month for free. It's also risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Last up, if you're an athlete like me, you know that you need to get those supplements right. Tons of people take multivitamins, but it's important to choose one that is top quality. With one delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to start your day right. Their special blend of ingredients support gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, energy, recovery, focus, and aging. It's also lifestyle-friendly and fits a wide range of diets. That's only 1 gram of sugar and no chemicals or artificial anything. reclaim your health, and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/believe. That's BLEAV. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/believe. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Athletic Greens, take ownership of your health. Woo, 3 straight reads. That was a fat one. All right, Ryan, let's get to it. Predicting. Let's go to the quarterbacks first.
Yeah.
I will allow you to start, and we're going to do the snake draft style. So you're going to go, you get first pick on quarterback, I get running back, and then we're going to go back and forth from there all the way to defensive back. So, Mr. Ryan Roberts, what do we have?
Man, I actually would have rather you have gone first, to be honest with you.
I know who you're going to pick, too.
No, you don't. You don't know this. I'm going to throw a curveball at you right now. You ready for this? I'm going to go with Cole Kelly from Southeastern Louisiana.
Oh, God.
Dude, he is going to hit tens on the size chart, man. He's going to hit tens. And if he runs,
what you're banking off of?
Well, the size attributes, but I also think he's a decent athlete. Like if he runs, let's say in the 4.8s at 250 pounds at 6'7", like he's going to have a high RAS. Like there's no, and honestly, like there's a couple other guys that like, are they going to test? Which is a little bit of a tough conversation because sometimes the guys near the top do not always test because they're there to throw. So
I'm going to be so pissed, by the way, if I pick somebody and they don't test.
Man, I did this game a couple years ago and I picked like 2 different people that ended up not testing. I think it was so depressing. I think I did this the one year when Lamar Jackson was coming out and then he decided to just throw at the combine. I was so upset.
If only there were some numbers associated with just throwing. The Cole
Yes.
Kelly pick, I honestly, I totally get it because, like, I mean, he just needs to run like not a 5-second 40, and you're probably gonna
even if he runs 5 seconds and 250 something, like that's not that bad, really. But we'll see.
I hope that he tests with the tight ends. That's all I have to say.
that's not gonna happen. But
so mine, which was the one that I was saying, I was giving you a hard time that I thought that you were going to take. I was debating maybe doing EJ Perry, the Brown quarterback, because I mean,
he was on my list.
He was going to test well, but I'm just going to go with the bread and butter, I think, guaranteed pick that everyone would go to in this situation, which is Malik Willis from Liberty. And
fair.
Willis isn't super big. He's like 6'1" ish, but he's 230, so that's going to help me out in this situation. He's a little bit heavier, according to the number I have off of this article I was using for some of this info. But the 4.5 40 that he's probably going to run, and then maybe the possibility that cracks under it with some time to prep for his 40-yard dash, the possibility of an over a 38-inch vertical. I think that puts him in a pretty good chance of hitting.
I think that he is going to test well if he chooses to test. He's one of the guys, though, that I worry about just saying, like, right. I want to just be viewed as a quarterback. I want to just throw and do all that type of stuff. Like, that's the only reason that I was a little worried. And he's a little shorter, which is not going to help him in, like, the size attributes. I did have, though, I'll say EJ Perry on there because I think that he's going to run 4.6s at 6'1", 215, 220, and then I had Desmond Ritter on there too. So I think Ritter's going to test pretty well.
You think he's going to? I have heard that he's got a good vertical, right?
I think Ritter's going to run 4.6 something. He's going to test similar to Ryan Tannehill when he came out of Texas A&M. I think they're going to test pretty similarly. Yeah.
That's an interesting comp right there. Okay, so that puts us up with moving on to running backs, and I feel like there's not really any like freak athletes this year at the running back position. There's a lot of good names though, which helps. And I was kind of thinking before I was talking to you about we started recording and trying to get a sense of maybe some options for some of these groups and where your head was at. I was thinking that Kyron Williams is probably going to run a fast 40 time, but his size is definitely going to rule him out here. Oh, first of all, do you think that he's going to be a 4.3 guy, or do you think it's a little aggressive?
Oh, no. I think that's really aggressive. I would say 4.4 high, 4.5 low. Like he's a 4.49 to 4.52 type of guy. I do think that Kyron is going to jump well. Like I think that he's going to broad and vertical pretty well. Like I would say 37 plus in the verts and maybe like 10-3 plus in the broad. Like I think he's gonna and he should have good short shuttle stuff.
Right. I was gonna
there.
say he seems like like one of those guys that's gonna hit a home run on the agility drills, but he's so freaking tiny. He might measure in at like 5'8", or 5'9" and that's not gonna really help me in this situation. But I think that the easy one here, and thankfully I got running backs going with Breece Hall, the Iowa State running back. And he's a bigger back, 215, 220. I don't know what he's going to weigh in at. He might be on the lighter side, so he can really showcase that speed. But we were talking about before the show that we think that he might be like a 4.4, 4.5 kind of guy.
You can never take the combine stuff coming out of high school for complete gospel, right? But I think he was a 4.43 kid coming out of high school, so like he can scoot a little bit. And I have a little bit of a dilemma because there's two guys that I really like in this potential, and one of them is Jerome Ford from Cincinnati, who ran 10.5 meter coming out of high school, and he's going to weigh in probably 215-ish as well, and he's going to be a stocky dude. And the other one's Keontae Ingram from USC, who was a crazy jumper coming out of high school. Like a 46 plus triple jumper, I believe, in track and field. He's explosive on film. So I think he's going to jump really well, and he might run pretty fast as well, because usually the guys that can jump that have that lower body explosion usually end up running pretty fast too, because you have that explosion, right? I'm going to go with Keontae Ingram just because I know Jerome Ford's going to test really well in the 40, but I don't know what else he's going to do outside of that. So I'm going to take the jump. I think Ingram's going to test well in the jumps, and I think that 40 should translate because of the jumps as well.
Yeah, I think you can't go wrong with Keontae Ingram, and we've seen him produce really good results at two different schools. And, he kind of seems like one of those guys that's going to really benefit from just having a couple good drills in terms of like improving his draft stock. But so that's a pretty good pick right there. So moving on to tight end, Ryan, who are you feeling for tight end?
I was ready for wide receiver next with my first pick.
Threw you a curveball.
You did. Man, tight end's so tough, man. Because like Trey McBride, I don't think anybody expects him to test that well. Like maybe Rucker from Ohio State tests pretty well. I had three guys that are, again, I feel like I'm going under the radar in a lot of these, and I'm trying to look at like some historical data. I think that Chase Allen from Iowa State is going to turn some heads, because everybody knows about Charlie Kohler, obviously. But Chase Allen has a track background, and it's more on the throwing equation, but like he was a 180-plus foot javelin thrower, and I think that there is some explosiveness there. And he's gonna weigh in over 6'6", 250 pounds, and I think that he's gonna have some nice explosive stuff. And then, I mean, all he needs to do at that point is run in the 4.7s in the 40, and I think that he has a pretty good RAS. So, and another under the radar guy. I've had three under the radar guys back to back, kind of working with the size attributes in my head. But I'm gonna go Chase Allen from Iowa State.
So I just want to hit on. So that's kind of interesting that we've got two Iowa State tight ends in this class, and Kohler is the one who is getting all the buzz. So you think that Allen is going to test better? Do you think that better testing could help him outdo Kohler in draft projection, or not really?
No, I think Kohler is going to go a lot earlier because he was just a more productive player, and he's a better football player. But I think that Chase Allen was underutilized at times in Iowa State, and I just think that he's a pretty solid athlete and a little bit of an underrated athlete. Like I don't think Kohler is going to test overly well, but I think Chase Allen will just test well enough where somebody might take a shot late in the draft on him because he has some traits to work with.
I feel like you're going to groan at my pick. So I was debating Greg Dolcich, who the UCLA tight end, and he's kind of turned into this underrated name to know in the tight end group, and certainly a really good athlete. And I was kind of considering somebody who's a similar size to him that I think is going to run a faster 40 and maybe test a little bit better in some of the other categories. I'm going to go with Isaiah Likely from Coastal Carolina. Is that a reach? Am I reaching?
I don't think it's a reach. I imagine that he's going to test relatively well. I think it's just the problem is I think he weighed in at the Senior Bowl like 6'4", 240, right? So it's just he's a little bit of a smaller guy is my only thing. You know what I mean?
What was Dolcich was at the Senior Bowl, right?
I thought he was like 252, also like 6
So do you think that 10-pound difference is gonna? Do you think that's like enough to offset the RAS? I'm not like a mathematician over here.
It really depends because, like, I mean, I've just heard that Dolcich is going to run pretty well. So, like, that was the only reason that I had him on my list. But I do think likely he's going to test well.
Do,
Like,
do
he's
you
probably
think better than 4.6 though?
no, probably not better than 4.6. That's just where like the extra weight might come into play, though, right? Because like I think Isaiah likely probably does run in the 4.6s, and he's probably a high vertical guy, so like he's going to test well. I just think the debate with the RAS is always like there's some weight adjustment to it, right? Like bigger guys testing better, or not better, on par is going to look better than, just the Isaiah likely testing really well in theory. But I mean, I could be completely wrong. I mean, Dulcich isn't the athlete that I think he might test as. And I mean, Isaiah likely I think is a safe bet as far as like athletic testing goes. But.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not too torn. I'm hoping that pans out the way that I'm assuming it will.
Fair.
Wide receiver up next. That puts me back up for picking. And I'm debating between two guys here, Ryan. There's Traylon Burks, who we don't have any like ton of numbers to go off of, but the guy's massive. He's freaking huge, and he's probably going to run a stupid 40, and he's probably going to test out the gym. He's probably going to have one of the best days. But you could probably guess who I'm debating between, which is Christian Watson, the North Dakota State wide receiver, who is taller and leaner, but expected to run in the 4.4s, expected to have some other good testing numbers and some of those other things. So like I'm a little bit torn here. And I think that I have to go with my FCS guy. So I'm going to go with Christian Watson.
That's funny, man. That's funny. And I mean, it's fair. It's fair, right? Because he's going to run 4.4 at 6'4". So like, it makes sense. I was trying to look up one thing real quick before I make this pick. So just so I can verify my ideas here, right? Because I think that Traylon Burks does make a ton of sense because he is going to be 6'3", 225. But I'm going to stay away from it for a second because I actually think that there's an FCS guy that's going to test better than Christian Watson, and that is Isaiah Weston, wide receiver from Northern Iowa.
Wait, really?
Dude, I'm looking it up right now, but I remember these stats, man. He was a incredible multi-sport star coming out of the state of Minnesota in high school, and he was like a 6'8" high jumper. And he also was a triple jumper, and he's going to be explosive, man. He's going to run like 4.4 something. I think he might even be a little taller than Watson is. Like he's 6'4" and some change, I think. Here it is. Ready? So he was a 110 high hurdler, 14.06, 6'4" high jumper, 23.5 long jumper. So he is going to jump out of the gym, broad jump, vertical, and he can run fast. And he's big.
If you had to translate that to combine numbers, what would you think that would be?
I'm going to say that he verticals over 40 inches. I'm going to say that he broads close to 11 feet. And the 40 time will probably be in the 4.4s at 6'4" and some change.
Jeez. See, I didn't even know that he was that good of an athlete. I guess it makes sense why he got the invite then.
Dude, he's a Northern Iowa guy, man. They're all like that. They're all freaks.
Crazy athletes.
They are.
All right. So you're going with Isaiah Weston to counter my Watson pick. That puts you up with offensive line, and I also feel like this one's probably an easy one.
Okay. You think it's easy? Do you?
Well, I think there's two guys to pick from.
Okay. Man, I want to pick Sean Ryan so bad just because I love Sean Ryan, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna pick Evan Neal from Alabama.
I knew it was coming.
He's massive. He's gonna be 6'7" plus. He's gonna be right around 350 pounds, and I think he's just gonna test all around like a very good athlete at that size. So
yeah, we've all seen
Mekhi Becton effects on him. I think
we've all seen the box jump that he had, and everyone's going to be geeking out when he tests. He's going to run a stupid 40, and everyone's going to be freaking out. I'm going to go with Ike Mekwonu from NC State.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, hoping that he runs like a 4.9. I know that he's not as
not
big.
Not Falele, man.
Oh, actually,
you got to pick the 390 guy, right?
Wait, yeah.
No. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink
it. No. I completely forgot about Daniel Falele. I got caught up. I got caught up with other stuff. I mean, Aquanu's a big dude, but not 400 pounds. So all I need is Falele to do like some decent stuff. Why wouldn't you take Falele?
Because I think Evan Neal's just a better going to test as a better athlete. I mean, Falele's 30 pounds heavier, but like Evan Neal's also massive, so he's gonna test. He's gonna hit all those thresholds as well.
Right,
So.
right. Okay. That flips us over to defensive line. So we're talking interior guys. Edge is going to be up after that.
Whoa. I'm not
What?
prepared for that. I'm not prepared for that, Joe, because when you look at
What
the
do you mean?
combine list, all the edges and defensive and interior guys are put together into one group.
All right. So you want to do one? You want to do one?
Wait, no.
group?
Actually, no. I got it. I'm fine. Go ahead.
No,
Let's
one
split
group.
it
We're
up.
doing one group.
No.
We're
Let's
doing
split it
one
up.
group.
Let's split it up. No. I want to split it up. I'm fine. I want to split it up.
Okay.
I changed my mind.
Okay. I'm actually not fully prepared. I don't know if I have a defensive tackle off the top of my head. I have an edge guy that I want.
Too
but I don't
bad.
have
Too bad now. Just
defensive
go edge first, then. Go edge first, then we'll go back
Okay,
to
all right,
D-line.
we'll do it. We'll do edge first
Yeah.
then. Okay. I was gonna pick Myjai Sanders as my edge guy, who I thought that was gonna test very well.
Interesting. Okay. All right. That's fair. Amari Barno.
I know he's lighter, but you're going with Amari Barno. Okay.
Amari Barno. Similar measurements to Majay, but I think that he is going to have like a 40+ inch vert. He's going to be a freak. He moves, man. Not a great football player right now, but the kid can move. So I'm taking Barno from Virginia Tech.
Okay. Now we're gonna do defensive tackle.
All right, I go first.
Yes, go for it.
All right, DeMarvin Leal, Texas A&M. Easy one. That kid's a freak, man. He does backflips at 290+ pounds. Give it to me.
Okay, this might be a really stupid pick.
Probably is.
Would it be dumb to pick Jordan Davis just because he's so freaking big?
I mean, no, he's going to be in like. Dude, he's going to be in like.
We're going to pick him. We're going to go with Jordan Davis because he's so heavy. I think we're going to go with Jordan Davis.
He's going to be in like the 90th percentile for weight. So,
right,
as
long as he doesn't run like a 5'9".
There was a rumor in the preseason. I don't remember if he made Feldman's freak list. I'm trying to look it up, but I'm pretty sure someone said he runs like a 4'9" something at his size.
I just saw something that said he runs a 5'2", but I mean, if he's somewhere in that range, there's no way that he runs a 4'9" at.
I mean, reasonably speaking, no, you're right. There is no way, but it's just the rumors that go out there all the time. So
right. Okay, all right. Linebacker, that puts me up, and I ended up getting the guy that I accidentally wrote down in the list when I shouldn't have written him down in the list. I still ended up getting him. Leo Chanal, linebacker from Wisconsin. We know that he's going to run a good 40 for 260. Maybe he's 255. We know that he's going to have the best bench press. I mean, I think as long as he hits those, I can easily win that one. So give me Leo Chanal from Wisconsin.
Easily. You think easily? All right. Here's one for you. I'm looking up something real quick, and I'm going to talk so it's a good filler here. I'm going Troy Anderson from Montana. I was trying to look up he's got track background too. That's like pretty substantial. If I could find it, he was like a 10,800 meter guy or something like that at his size, which is like nutty. Can't find it off here, but yeah, he's like a 10,800, 10,900 meter guy. I think he's going to run 4.5 something at like 6'3" and 240+ pounds. And he's probably been vertical and all that stuff too. So he's like, you remember Dante Olson that came out of Montana? 2 years ago. He's going to have like similar jumping numbers, except he's going to run like 4.58 or something like that. Like that's what
I remember Olson because he ran like a really like kind of clunky 40.
It was like a 4.8, but then he had like a 41-inch vert or something like that.
Because he was so damn heavy, like he was too heavy. I remember that. One of the weirdest interviews I ever did was with him. He took the interview while he was walking to class, so he was out of breath.
Good.
Random side note. Thank you, Dante. All right, Ryan, last up, defensive backs.
Okay. You specialists after that. You forgot.
There's not enough specialists to pick from. We're not doing
there's like 6. You're gonna pick one. I got my pick for specialists. I haven't written down. I have my pick.
We're not picking. I'm not picking a specialist.
I was gonna pick Blake Hayes from Illinois, the punter. That's what I was going to say.
Is he a big dude or something?
He's like 6'5", 230, but I'm pretty sure he played like high school quarterback or something. So
no, that doesn't make him a good athlete. But
continue. It doesn't. Dude, D-back is so tough, man. I feel like we need to separate this into safety corner, honestly, man.
No.
Do it. Come on.
All right.
I'm ready. Okay. I go corner first?
Yeah, go corner first.
Easiest one of the day. Kalyn Barnes from Baylor. 10.22 100-meter guy coming out of high school. 10.22. This is our
you have all this track info.
This is a 4.2. This is a 4.2 kid at the combine, like 4.28. He's going to run.
I don't know if I'm setting myself up for failure here because he's not. I don't think he's that big. But I want to go with Trent McDuffie from Washington, assuming he's only okay. So that the information I have in front of me is 5'11", but hoping he goes over 40 inches on the vertical, over 10.9 on the broad. I think that might potentially make up for it. I don't think it's going to get me close to what you just said. But I'm going to take Trent McDuffie. Wait, can you repeat the guy's name that you said? Because I got
Kalyn Barnes, Kalon Barnes.
I got to write that down. Okay,
yeah.
Kalyn Barnes.
No, yeah. So no, that's actually a good pick, Joe. Both those Washington kids are going to test fantastically. I think McDuffie and Kyler Gordon. I think are going to test. But apparently, they both have over 40-inch verts, so it's pretty nuts. Safety to you first.
I am up to finish this off, and I'd be
then
stupid not to. We're not doing specialists. I'd be stupid not to pick the man that we have supported so much on the show. Also, accidentally made his mom upset. I'm sorry, Mrs. Hamilton, but Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
Did freakish size. He's going to be the biggest safety there. I would guess his 40 time is probably going to be reminiscent of what we got from like a Jeremy Chin or Isaiah Simmons type. And physically, he's so dominant. So that would be dumb not to pick Kyle Hamilton. So thank you for handing me that one, Ryan.
Yeah. Well, I actually have somebody that's going to test better, so it's fine.
You think so? Who?
Yeah, I do actually. So he's not as big. No. Nick Cross from Maryland. Nick Cross. He's 6'1", 210, 215. So he's going to be a big safety. Not quite as big as Kyle, of course. Ready for these stats, Joe? These track and field numbers. You ready for him? 6'3", 55 meter. He was on the Maryland track team, by the way. 6'3", 55 meter. He also had a 22.09 200 meter and a 6'6", 60 meter dash in high school, and he ran track at Maryland.
So what do you think? What do you think he's going to run?
He's going to run 4.4 something at 210, 215 pounds. He's going to have a high 30 in the vert, and he's going to broad very well.
Do you think Kyle goes better than 4.4? Do you think that's overly optimistic?
I would say he runs like 4.47, but like at 6'4", 220, that's flying. So
right. Okay, yeah. I think that's a good note to wrap us up on.
Honor Blake Hayes.
Okay, Hayes, so cool. You just threw out him. He's not a part of the list. I refuse to. I'll just pick Cal Adamitis out of principle. I know, but that's why I didn't write it down, and it's not on the list. But so afterwards, Ryan, you need to help me track down all the RAS scores so we can get an accurate depiction of who we think is going to test the best, or no, who does test the best, so that we can grade this thing out. Do we want to do? It's a win if you get each one for which one you got more correct over the other, or if it's a top 5 finish, you get points.
Oh, no. What we're going to do to make it as easy as possible is we're going to take all the scores, we're going to combine them together, and whoever has the highest score wins.
Oh, I like that much better. That much better. That makes it a little bit more exciting. Okay. Mm-hmm. Folks, be sure to hit subscribe wherever you're tuning in, if it's YouTube or if it's on our audio feed. Thanks for listening, and we will be back sometime next week.